Şu an girdik. Bismillah.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to SANY College Guidance Seminar Series. My name is Mustafa Kovar. I'm currently working at the Utica Academy of Science Charter School in Utica. And we have also Mr. Oz available from Syracuse. Mr. Oz.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our workshop series. We are going to have a number of workshops here together with Mr. Kovar. So as you know, SANY is also known as Science Academies of New York. We have a number of different buildings, and then we are, operating in two cities here in central New York. One is Utica and one is Syracuse. Both Syracuse Academy of Science Charter School and Utica Academy of Science Charter School, we are under the same roof, which is our district office, which is called Science Academies of New York. So we are working together. We have been working together with Mr. Kovar, two guidance departments, two college guidance departments. And then we have coordinated this event together with Mr. Kovar. So in this week and next week, during these 2 weeks, we are going to be together presenting you certain topics. Here's the plan. There's going to be 4 sessions, 2 this week and 2 next week, Tuesday and Thursday, which is the first one is happening right now on the Tuesday. Second one is going to be Thursday. And now we have the same schedule next week, Tuesday and Thursdays. There's going to be 4 sessions in total. These 4 sessions are aiming for 7th through 11th graders. Especially the first 2 sessions are 7th through 11th graders. And we'll explain the reasons why our students should start thinking about college in the 7th grade momentarily. Now, our broadcast is happening on YouTube. So, in case if you have any questions, please, you can write your email. You can write your text messages on YouTube. Feel free to ask any questions. We are having some, at the same time, we are having some technical difficulties, but we'll continue. So if you have any questions, please write your questions on the YouTube, then we're going to be able to answer them. There's a chance that we will take the questions at the end. If the topics allow us, we'll answer them at the same time right away. Now, I would like Mr. Kovar to start the presentation. Please, Mr. Kovar, feel free to start.
Okay. Kind of, I lost my connection for a couple seconds, but I'm back now.
It always happens.
Yes. So we are starting with the academics portion of the college readiness today. Let's move to the slides. So this is our kind of key for the crucial info. So if you're seeing this little logo on the slides, it means that this information, all of the information is important. But this information, if you see this logo, it means that that slide information is more important than the other slides. So be tuned for it. So let's dive in the academics. So we divided academics into 3 different major points. One of them is the rigor of the curriculum. The other one is your GPA. And the last one is the SAT and ACT testing. So the rigor of the curriculum, what does that mean? You know, everybody is talking about the rigorous curriculum and everything, but what does that mean for you actually as a student? So the rigor of the curriculum depends on the school offerings actually. What does that mean? Let me explain this with an example. For example, we in Utica, we only offer college level courses. And currently at this point, we do not have AP courses available. So however, in Syracuse, we have AP courses available as well as the college level courses for the students who are interested in. So my question is, do Syracuse students have more advantages when they apply to colleges? Well, the answer is no. But Mr. Kovar, they have more course offerings than the Utica. So how come they are not ahead in the game? They are not ahead in the game students can take 0 to 2 AP courses and get admitted to a good college. Others can take 5 to 6 AP courses in a year and they can get rejected from a Harvard. So question is, should correct it as how they decide, and is this fair? Well, yes, it is. For the most selective colleges, students need to take the most rigorous curriculum available within their own high school. Again, for the most selective colleges, students need to take the most rigorous curriculum available within their own high school, which means, if we come back to our example, Utica and Syracuse, if Utica only offers the college level courses, take as much as college level courses that you can. And if the Syracuse offers AP and college level courses, you should take as much as you can from both of those course offerings, because the colleges are aware of that. If the student is homeschooled or school does not offer enough AP courses or not offer AP courses at all, they are aware of these situations and they are looking for the holistic approach of that student. So what colleges really expect from the students is to excel in the opportunities which they do have access. So if you do not have the AP access, they're not gonna ask for the AP courses. If you do not have the college level courses available in your high school, they're not gonna look for the college level courses in your transcript. They're not gonna expect you to take those courses. So, however, on the other hand, nowadays, as you know, that everything is just going crazy online and everything is available online, colleges, they do also know that there are some online AP courses available, and they might be looking into those courses and they might be expecting you to take those courses. But this is so rare. So the next question is, so how did I do so far? What courses I have been taken? Were they college prep? Were they honors? Were they college level? Or were they AP? So the reference point should be your transcript. You should find all those answers in your transcript. Starting from the 8th grade advanced courses, going up to the senior level courses, all of them is recorded in your transcript. If you take any advanced courses while you were in the middle school and then get some credits from, like language credits, could be algebra 1, could be living environment, they are all recorded in there, going up to the senior level, which is the 12th grade. And as well as the dual credits and the college connection courses. For example, if you're taking a college level course and if it is a dual credit with the MUCC or OCC or the Syracuse University super course, they are also being recorded in your transcript, and you may find those in your transcript. So when I see my transcript, what should I look for? You should look for the honors courses, you should look for the AP courses, you should look for the college level courses. And overall, if you would like to summarize those, so what does the honors course mean? Honors course means they might be a little bit more rigorous than the college prep courses. They might require a little bit more effort and time in those courses. And the pacing would be a little bit faster than a regular college prep course. So then they can cover more content in those courses. So AP courses are a little bit tricky, and I'm going to talk about them in the next slide in more detail, as well as the college level courses. But you should know that they have an end of the year test, and normally it's around 2 to 3 hours, and you need to get graded on that with the level of 1 to 5, and you should be minimum having like 3 and more to get the college credits. But this is also depends on the college AP acceptance policy. It might be different college to college. College level courses, these programs are available for our students in both Utica and Syracuse. In Utica, we have college connection and dual credit programs with MUCC, and as well as the Utica College. And in Syracuse, we have early college program and the college credit now with the OCCC, and also as well as the SUPA courses. We will talk, as I said, we will talk about them in the next slide. And the last one is the major related courses. We're gonna also talk about this in the next slides.
Mr. Kovar, can I just have a quick note here? Now, overall, one of the reasons that we opened this session for 7th through 11th graders. Everyone is welcome, even if our parents from elementary school students and their parents, that they can join them. But we really want our students to start thinking about college in the 7th grade, because college process or college readiness doesn't start really when the student becomes senior. It starts many years ago. And then it doesn't mean that someone is late if you're a sophomore or junior, but ideally, if you're a 7th grader right now, you may start thinking about the whole college process and college readiness. And the reason is this. Now, you've been explaining it very well in terms of, Mr. Kovar has been explaining very well in terms of honors and APs and college level courses. This whole process may only be started by an early preparation. What does it mean? Now, if you think about it, like our 8th graders may take living environment as a high school class, even though they're in the middle school. Our 8th graders, the same 8th graders may take Algebra 1, and they can take also a foreign language class. Thinking about 3 high school classes in the middle school. This is going to also open the opportunity for our high school students to take college classes when they are in the high school. So how can a student, an 8th grader, can take an honors class or a high school class while they're in the 8th grade? That only can happen by starting, getting ready, being prepared while you're in the 7th grade. So if you're great in the 7th grade, guys, and your parents, if your grades, if our students' grades are well, if they are eligible to be in the honors program, they will be able to get these honor level classes or high school level classes, which is both. We offer 8th grade honors kids the courses that are Algebra 1, Living Environment, the high school courses. Now, it doesn't mean that the other students are disadvantaged. They can always go faster. Even if a student is not in honors in the middle school, they could be always honors in the high school. They may start one step behind, but if someone in the 10th grade listening to me right now, listening to us right now and say, oh, then I missed the opportunity, they can still make a lot of things. But I'm talking about the ideal situation here. And then you can always, catch up the other students who are ahead of the game. Mr. Kovar, please.
Yeah, as you said, they can, when they take the high school courses while they are doing in the middle school, they are also cleaning up their schedule a little bit more when they go up to junior year and the senior year, and that gives them the opportunity to have a half-year course, and then they half-day course, and then they can go to college and then take the college courses over there also. So this gives them opportunity for that too, and it's just kind of making their job easier. Instead of staying full day and then going, night courses, they can just stay half day, and after that, they can go for the college courses. So let's go to next one. So college level courses versus AP courses and AP exams. So we know that AP exams are standardized exams designed to measure how well you mastered in the content and the skills of the specific AP course, such as AP psychology, such as AP history, such as AP calculus, AP biology, chemistry, and so on and so forth. So most AP courses have end of the year paper and pencil exam. Well, this year it was a little bit different. It was administered online because of the COVID-19 virus, as we know that. And they are 2 to 3 hours long. Those exams are 2 to 3 hours long. However, there are some a few courses. You need to submit the portfolio for grading, such as AP Art and Design. You need to submit a portfolio for this and then get the score. And these courses are administered by, these exams are administered by the College Board, but the administration generally happens in the high school, your school. And this year it was at home, as I said before. So, to me, actually, this is my personal opinion. They have few down points. So the first one is you need to wait the whole entire year. You need to study a whole entire year, and then you need to take a 2-3 hour test at the end of the year, and you need to look for the score 3 and up, as I mentioned before. So you need to have 3, 4, or 5 to earn college credit. And this also, again, may differ from college to college. Maybe some colleges, they might look for 4 and 5 only, and some of them 2, 3, 4, and 5. Some of them 3, 4, 5. Generally, 2, it's so rare. But on the other hand, college level courses, as we mentioned, we have a couple different programs in both Utica and Syracuse campuses. For example, in Utica, you can take up to two different college courses while you are in the high school, starting from junior year, each semester. Like, let's say fall semester, junior year, you can take 2, spring semester you can take 2, even summer you can take 2. So in 1 year you can get up to 6 different courses from these programs, as well as 6 in the senior year. You can get up to 12 different courses with the help of these programs. So that's why, and these courses, either you can go on campus, or you can have the available ones in the school. We have also like the program, as we call dual credit program. Our faculty also offers dual credit courses in school, so you can also enroll those courses and then take those courses and then get more college credits. And with the help of these programs, you can have almost like maybe 14, 15, maybe 16 different college level courses in your transcript ready. And the positive side for the college level courses, you don't need to wait for the end of the year, and you don't need to take 2-3 hours test. And if you enroll the dual credit in school, it is our faculty. That teacher, that instructor already. So it is so easy to get help from them. Or if you choose to go to on campus and take courses over there, it's one-on-one. They have office hours, everything. And you don't need to wait for again at the end of the year 2-3 hour test. So to me, this is my personal opinion. We disagree, Mr. Oz, if you want, but the college level courses are more valuable for me, and then seems to be more useful for the students. What do you think about it?
I mean, our school has, SAS has both of the opportunities, and this is, everyone has a different approach, especially with the colleges. If the student is also applying to top colleges, or applying to certain colleges that are more rigorous or more harder getting colleges, they may want to see some AP classes as well. So if the students are being offered both of the opportunities, we want our students to utilize both of them as much as they can. I mean, if someone is taking only college level class or AP classes, sometimes the transportation may become an issue, or the other way, they're always valuable. Of course, college level courses has much more opportunities or much more advantages, but AP exams are also somehow be more valuable in certain cases. If you're applying for Cornell, they want to see AP exams, which you may have passed with a 4 and 5, over a community college class that you have taken. But both of them are available for you guys at SAS. And now Utica is offering college level courses already. So these opportunities are giving to you.
Exactly. So whatever you have the most, I think you should aim for that one. This is our bottom line.
Thank you.
Yeah. And the next one is the the major related courses. So I'm going to give you an example, and I got this from the MVCC's website. So when you go into the MVCC's website and look for the nursing, these are the prerequisites they listed on their website. This is the screenshot of it. So as you see, they require 75% overall GPA, which we're going to talk about in the next slides. And they are looking for the certain SAT or ACT scores, or a college level math courses on your transcript, and a chemistry course. Yes, a chemistry course with a hands-on lab, and the chemistry region with the 75. So in order to be just qualified for the application, like put your application in for this major, you need to have a chemistry with the lab hours and with the region score of 75, or a college level chemistry taken, and then a minimum of a C on your transcript. So why major related course is so important in high school? Because they will put you ahead in the game. Somebody from the other schools, or from outside, they can come and they can apply for the same major program. But if they do not have this chemistry on their transcript, they are already will be eliminated from this application process. But if you know what to do as early as possible, and if you prepare yourself as early as possible, and then take courses as much as you can related with your major, they will put you ahead in the game for the college application process, and they might get you a easy, quick acceptance. Same thing with the engineering. The engineering major is requiring high level of math and physics, generally from high school. And then if you have the high level of math, like calculus, AP calculus, or a college level calculus, and a physics course, they will definitely put you ahead in the game. Would you like to add something here, Mr. Oz, or should we move on? I think you're muted.
Yeah, it's all good. Please continue. Yeah.
Okay. So GPA, the second crucial part of your college application. As you see in the previous screenshot, GPA is crucial, and they are looking for a certain GPA. If you are lower from that GPA point, they might not consider you for that program. There might be slightly differences between your, actually there is a balance between your rigor of your curriculum and the GPA. A slightly lower GPA with the more difficult courses might be preferred to a higher GPA with the easy courses. As I said, if you're going for nursing, and if you do not have chemistry, or if you have a chemistry with 65, but have a art with the 90, 95, that art courses might not be considered. It's just a filler for you, but they will definitely look for the chemistry. For admissions, increasing GPA each year is a positive sign. It means that you're actually working towards your goals. While the decrease in GPA is, of course, is a negative sign, and you might need to put an explanation. They might ask for an explanation, actually. Generally, we use the essay for these. Like if there is any drastic change in your high school life, something happened in the junior year or something happened in the sophomore year, you may explain that in your college essay. And then if there is a sudden death or something like that, God forbid, you may definitely need to put that into your college essay to explain it to the college admissions. Especially senior year is, oh my God, it is so crucial. If the senioritis hits too early for you, it is a red flag for admissions. And then I haven't seen this before, but I heard some stories. There are some students who may lose the acceptances for that colleges because of the senioritis and stuff. So we should be really careful and then work towards our goals all the time. All right, here is our sign. It says you are compared with other applying students in your school. You are not compared with the students from other schools, which means that whatever available in your school, you should aim for the high and you should take as much as you can. And the next one is academics and extracurriculars. Mr. Kovar, you talked about the academics all the time, but aren't we gonna go for any clubs, activities, or Saturdays for anything fun? Yes, of course, we're gonna do those, and we're gonna show them how are we interested in everything, and we're gonna be showing them, how are we involved in the community and everything. And how are we going to show that? Actually, when we go to Harvard, and Mr. Oz and I, we went to Harvard College counselor admission program, and they have indicated that they have a holistic approach to applicants. So what is holistic approach? If a college has a holistic admissions approach, the school admission officers consider the whole applicant, not just the empirical data like GPA or SAT scores. Colleges with the holistic approach admission policy are not simply looking for students with the good grades. They want to admit interesting students who will contribute to the campus community in a meaningful ways. And the next slide you will see is directly from the college admissions website. And they are seeing, there's a question that what admissions counselors are looking for, what are they using to decide who's going to be the next one. As you see, they are seeing that there is no simply formula that you can follow and you can just get into the Harvard. There are a lot of things they consider. Community involvement is one of them, GPA is another one of them, SAT scores is another one of them, and the most important one is, as we passed in the previous slide, is the love of learning. They are looking for the love of learning. So they are looking for the people who can educate themselves, actually, and then look for the future and then make changes in the world. This is what they are looking for. Mr. Oz, would you like to add something more on this?
Definitely. It's a great point. It's a very important point. In that summer, it was like a couple of years ago when we went to Harvard. This really hit me. Like, it was very important. You always think about it, but when you hear it from the voice from the people who are officials at such a university, it makes much more sense. Sometimes you want to hear from the first source to really understand the importance of that. So what I see that is love of learning or intellectual curiosity. They want to work with the students who can really teach themselves, who have the love, who has the curiosity, who, like, without giving in any work, they can just go out and learn. They have crazy libraries, they have great opportunities, they have a lot of research programs. If they shut down Harvard right now for COVID-19 for the next couple of years, the quality of the students who graduate from Harvard will probably be the same, because they pay too much attention on the student learning. If they can really teach themselves, if they are really, it is coming from themselves, it's from their heart. Think about, why do we say that? If you're the adult and if your kid doesn't have that, it doesn't mean that you lost it. Why don't you start thinking about it? Why don't you start planning about it? What am I going to do this summer? No one has to tell you this, okay? We kind of remind them in these workshops or in the classes when available. We tell you the opportunities. Okay, there's going to be summer opportunity. There's going to be AP classes. There's going to be college classes at OCC or MVCC. Like, we tell you guys all this information. What about you yourself? Do you feel okay? Like let me figure it out. Let me find out what's going on. Let me go enroll one of these programs. That is, you can make that. You can start thinking about it this way instead of, oh, none of my friends are going to OCC or MVCC to take classes. I'm going to be the only one. Okay, you're going to be the only one. Go for it. That's even more valuable if you are the only one doing this in your school. So they want to see that you're learning from yourself, from your heart, from like it's coming from your inner belief and thoughts. Yes, Mr. Kaur.
Exactly. Okay, let's move to the next one, which is our last main topic, uh, SAT and ACT. So which one, actually, which one we should choose? You know, well, either test is might be easier for different people, and I have some students who found ACT easier. I have some students who found SAT easier. There are some slightly differences in between them. They were a little bit different in the past, but nowadays they are so similar, and there is the main difference between SAT and ACT is the science section in ACT. So ACT has a science section. As a former science instructor, probably I should recommend ACT to you, but this is unofficial recommendation, so it's up to you. Uh, if you find yourself in more sciencey, you can definitely try ACT. But I think you should try both of them. Maybe on that day you will do better in the ACT, but the other day you may do better in the SAT. And also, for SAT and ACT, we do have SAT in school days. SAT school days they call it. Normally, we do offer SAT school day for juniors in the spring. Normally, we're supposed to offer it in nowadays, but because of the COVID-19, we are not able to do it now. So we're gonna make it up in the next year when they reach to the senior year. And also for the seniors in the fall semester, so they are able to take in school SATs. What does that mean? Why in school is so important? Actually, there is a proven research on it saying that if the students take those kind of standardized exams in their environment, generally there is a tendency to have more scores than if they go to outside schools and then take it there. So what does that mean? It means it is in your school, the instructor is one of your teacher, and the guidance is over there to help you, and they may provide even calculators for you and everything. So that's why kind of SAT is kind of a little bit ahead in the game for at this point. So there is two slides for the differences between SAT and ACT. If you are considering, you can find them online also. If you have it in the plan of deciding which one you should take, I think you should take both of them, to me. So how am I going to study for SAT and ACT? Well, you should have a daily study plan first, and you should stick with that program. You have to have proper books to study, and don't try to chew it all at once. I think you should go bite by bite, and you will see the increase in your scores. Those books, I have them in my office. You can borrow them anytime and every time. I'm sure Mr. House has
I'm
some
here.
books. Yes, available for you. You can when we go back, hopefully when we go back, you can borrow them and then you can study day by day. Well, if you don't see an immediate increase in your skill, you should be patient. You should be stick to your plan that you created before, and you will see the differences down the road. And so what should I do if you ask that question? For example, the memorizing vocabulary, would be the first thing. Vocabulary cards with the pictures might be handy. And for the reading, you should definitely read a book. Finish a book every 2 weeks. Read at least half an hour daily, every day, and you will see the increase in the reading scores. And nowadays everything is online, as we discussed. There are some apps available on the smartphones also. You can look for those, definitely. And if you are more like a hands-on online learner, you may go for those. So SAT and ACT, actually, those are my recommendations. If you want to add something more, Mr. Oz, you're more than welcome.
I'm gonna have a couple of things in the upcoming slides, so please proceed, sir.
Okay. So the last thing is TOEFL and IELTS. So if you are not an English spoken at home, if you have a different language speaking at home, you should definitely consider for TOEFL and IELTS, because there is a tendency that probably your reading scores and writing scores on the SAT and ACT is gonna go a little bit down. It's gonna be a little bit down, and then you can definitely put your TOEFL and IELTS scores out there for the college admissions to consider, and then this is highly. It is not a must, but it's highly recommended for you if your language is different than in English at home.
So, just a quick note. A lot of students don't really think about this. Like, yeah, my parents speak a different language home, but let's say if you're a student, I was born and raised here in English. I'm speaking English better than any other languages. It's still an option for you guys. Think about this scenario. Let's say you're coming from such a home, which is a enrichment for you, which is a great thing. You are bilingual, but let's say your SAT math scores are always, in the 700s or 600s, but somehow your English scores, you cannot really pass 400. Like you keep taking it, you keep taking practices and PSATs and SATs. You're seeing that you don't have a lot of improvements in English. You should definitely study for it. SAT English has such a value that you cannot replace it with IELTS or TOEFL. But when it comes to the point that, I cannot do anything anymore, like, what am I going to do right now? Then you should definitely think about TOEFL and IELTS. This is going to give you the opportunity that you are such a good English speaker because you're a native speaker, right? Or at least like 5-10 years, you've been here in this country, or you were born and raised in this country. So I'm sure you're going to do best scores. You're going to get one of the best scores in TOEFL and IELTS because those questions are a little bit easier than SATs. They are talking about the structure of how you speak, and then certain words, and then there's a couple of paragraph questions, and that's it. So definitely think about it.
Yep, absolutely.
One,
And
are you
next
gonna?
slide is I'm actually done with my part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you come back to the previous slide, sir? What I want to
sure.
say here is that also, if anyone is thinking about TOEFL and IELTS, IELTS is always recommended for our students. If you're in between, should I take TOEFL or IELTS? What's the biggest difference? These tests are also very similar. Actually, interestingly, TOEFL is a test that was designed for the colleges in the United States. IELTS is for more British system, which is English system. But just because of the fact that IELTS has a spoken part that you talk to someone live, that you can really prove yourself better. So I worked with several students in the past. What I've seen is students who live in the United States do better in IELTS. So this is just a brief note that I'm not even sure if it's going to be relevant to anybody, but it's just a good information to have it here. Yes,
Yep,
sir.
exactly. So that concludes my part, and then I think we are
Hey,
going into
I'll,
SAT.
yes, I'll talk a little bit about the SAT, and it has been very valuable. Now we have more colleges that are going SAT optional, But still, SAT has such a value that it's not going to go away right away. In the next few years, except the fact that COVID-19 is bringing a lot of exceptions, SAT is very valuable. And I'm going to explain now why is it so valuable. First of all, SAT is a great opportunity for you to show that you are so ready for the college. Okay, now let's talk about it one by one. What does SAT scores means? Like SAT has two options. It's very similar to ACT. We're going to talk about SAT because New York State has historically been an SAT state, even though ACT tend to be passing or very close to it. But we'll talk about SAT here. Now, the highest, there's two sections in SAT, two major sections, evidence-based English and math. And there's also a writing section, which is optional, but that's out of our topic for now. So now, what's the highest grade in math? 800. What's the highest grade in English? 800. So 800 and plus 800, 1600. Now, what is a good SAT score? Let's talk about it. And it's not really published anywhere out there, but you can always, you got to make a good research, or we are talking based on our experience. What may be a good score? What's a better score? So the minimum score that you should think about, getting from SAT in order to go to the colleges is pretty much 400 math, 400 English, total of 800. This really is key to the colleges. A lot of colleges says, okay, do you have 800? That's like the minimal score that they are looking for. And it's not every college though. A lot of colleges don't feel 800 is enough for being a college-ready student, but 800 is the score that you'll definitely find some colleges out there that's gonna like this score. If you don't have 400, we usually recommend either take the test again or look for a SAT optional test. It doesn't mean that lower the grade you're gonna lose it, but 400 plus 400 increases your chance to getting acceptances to some colleges. So if you don't have that from your PSATs, because you got your PSATs, you may have some idea about what's going to be my score, right? So you see that. Now, if you don't have it, please keep taking it. Now, this is just the beginning. If you're saying, what is more? Like, this is 50%, right? 400, 400, 800, this is half of 1600. What is better? Let's talk about it. If you get 500 plus 500, you start expecting some scholarships. Okay, so all of these scholarships also comes with the GPA requirement, but we are considering that they are also relevant. If you're getting this SAT scores, you're most likely be getting 85 or 3.0 in the GPA. Now, this is going to start bringing you some scholarships, like $2,000, $3,000 from one college per year. Maybe another college will give you $5,000 per year. So as you see, like it's as you do better in SAT, more opportunities are coming up. If you get 550, 550, it's very critical point here. We call these students, or the colleges call these students, college ready, which means if a student gets 550 in math and 550 in English, they'll most likely be successful in the college. They're less likely to drop out from colleges. That's why we really want to see at least 550 each in each subject from our students to really show that we are going to be college ready. That's a proof of your college readiness in the colleges. You get 600 each, even more scholarships. You can get $10,000, $15,000 per year from colleges, okay? 650, 650, this is a wonderful score. This is just, how do you say that? This is the score that's expected. This is the score where a lot of opportunities starts. A lot of full ride colleges, a lot of colleges will start giving you full ride scholarships. Again, not all colleges will do that, okay? If you're applying to an Ivy school, 1,300 may not still be a good score for them, but if you're applying to many colleges around here, Utica College, Lemoyne College, and some other colleges, Casanova College, the colleges around us like 1,300. And then most of them will give you either full ride scholarship or a scholarship that's going to cover most of your tuition. So this is something that is a great goal. I've been always telling my students, aim for 1,300, okay? What should I do, Mr. Raz? Aim for 1,300. Aim for higher, so you get 1,300. That's another story. But, if you didn't get 1,300, if you have 1,250, take it again, because this is such a critical point here, okay? Let's continue. If you do better, of course, it's going to be better. 700, 700, it's going to open the door for you to Ivy League colleges, or the top 50 colleges will take it more seriously. I'm not saying that if you don't have that, don't apply. I'm not saying that. Please apply. If you have 500, have 500. If you want to apply to a top college, an Ivy school, go for it. I'm never going to discourage you. But what I'm saying is, if you are listening to the video here, and then you're saying, what's a good score? I'm answering this question, okay? So this kind of changed this year. Actually, with the SAT school day, it's canceled, unfortunately, for our juniors. What are the recommended test dates? We usually recommend taking it 2 or 3 times. My personal recommendation had been always 3. Colleges want to see students take it twice. That's the minimal. But I always say take the 3rd time. You could take December, January, but with the SAT school test, it's March, because we offer SAT school day to our juniors in March. Then you can take it again in June, and then you'll probably gonna see like there is still some space. Let me study throughout the summer, and I'll come back, and then I'm gonna take the test again. Then you can take it again in October or November, which we offer another SAT school test. So if you are enrolled in a free and reduced lunch program, 2 SATs are going to be free for you. Okay, 2 SATs are going to be free. 2 ACTs are going to be free for you. And then if you are interested in the subject test, which is another topic, we don't have time for that. There's going to be also 2 full SAT subject tests, or 6 sub-tests will be available for you to take it for free. So if you're saying, am I going to take 3 tests because 2 is free, then you can think about take 2 SATs in the school days and 1 ACTs yourself by going to another school over the weekend and then taking this test. Now let's continue. Now, in order to show you how important it is, I'm going to make you a nice example here. Now, I always tell the students, and then I usually take this very long, this job offer, and let's go through this. I'm gonna show you. I have a point that you're gonna like it. I'm sure you're gonna like it. And then I don't want to talk too much about it. Let's not spoil it. Let's continue.
Can I also accept this offer?
Of course, sir. A free time offer, side job. So I would like to give you an offer, our students. Okay. So I'm looking for people to help me at $14 per hour, and you can even be 8th grader, 7th grader. You can have. I'm still going to accept you in this job. The only condition for this job is being a SANY student. All right. Let's continue. Upsides of this offer, like what's good about this offer? You're gonna be an SAS student. You can work at home at your own pace. Okay, especially with the COVID-19, you're already home, right? Why not? Okay, downside or the disadvantages or the important points, those little at the bottom of the advertisements that they put some things in small letters, is that you have to be focused, you have to be concentrated, and then the money is not cash. It goes to saving accounts, which goes to college. But you're gonna still like it, all right? Don't just say, oh, I'm not gonna do that. Why not? You work, even if you're working outside, come home and then work for an hour every day. That's gonna add up to a certain number. Let's make some calculations, how valuable it could be. Let's say, oh, by the way, I made an increase to $15, okay? Let's say you're working only 15 hours a week, 2 hours a week, 2 hours a day, let's say, right? And then a little bit over the weekends, it's gonna make $225. Per month, it's $900. Annually, $10,000. Think about it. You're a sophomore or a freshman or an 8th grader who is going to pay you $10,000, okay? So this is a good offer, guys. This is a good offer. All right, and then it's tax exempt. I don't know you can understand the importance of this word. Ask your parents. This is a tax exempt job, which means whatever the $15, every single cent of the money comes to you eventually. All right, so let's say if you're already a junior, and then I maximize the numbers here, okay? Let's say you work in the summer, you work 20 hours, like you work well. If you're a junior, because you're going to be working for me for 1 hour, you're going to make the $16,000. If you're a sophomore, you're going to be working for me 2 years, $33,000. And if you're a freshman, you can make $50,000 by this offer. Isn't it a good number? Did you like it? I don't know. You tell me. Now, oh, wow, okay. I don't remember this slide was here, but since it's on the live already, I'm making another increase in it's 20 hours, $20 per hour. Now, take all the calculations that I've given you and then multiply it by 1.25. Okay, finally, what kind of a work I'm talking about here? Okay. Oh, did I say $20 really? Yes, $20. So I would like you to find a location where you can focus. Now I'm gonna release what's the job. Okay, this is the job that we're talking about. Like, how are you gonna work for me? Find a location you can focus. And oh wow, okay, $40. I don't believe that. Okay, $40. It's double the raise
This
because
is
I
so good
don't.
to be true, Mr. Rose.
I'm really generous today, and I don't want to lose any of my workers here. I want everyone to work for me. I'm so rich. I'm so generous. Okay, you can always find me like that. But today I'm very generous. Let's continue. $40 per hour, and the money is real, guys. Even though you're gonna say no, the job is not real. The money is real, and I'm gonna explain why. Because what are you gonna do for me that you're gonna make $40 per hour? Yes, you are gonna study for SAT or ACT. And I'll explain why. Now, think about it. You're a sophomore. You work for 2,000 hours for SAT. I had exaggerated here. Let's say only 1,000 hours. Guys, I'm so serious here. If you work for 1,000 hours for SATs, okay, study work, because, it's interchangeable here in the slide, that you're going to get full ride scholarships. Because you remember that I was talking about full ride scholarships with 1,300? You're going to get that. You're going to get 1,400 if you work 1,000 hours for SAT. Right, Mr. Kovar? Any doubt?
Nope, no doubt.
Right? Okay. So let's say you get accepted to a college that is 40,000. Let's go to SU. If you get 1,400, you'll probably get to SU. SU will take you with 1,400. And then because they have such great scholarship programs, you'll get full ride. I'll tell you guys, SU is not $40,000. It's over $50,000. Multiplied by 4 years, it is $200,000. Now, you are going to save $200,000 by getting full ride scholarships from Syracuse University. And I'm saying SU, you can take it to any college that probably has a similar number. Okay. Now I said 160, but now I'm talking about 200 because SU is going to cost that much. All right. Now let's see why the number is really real. It is over $100 per hour. I was saying 40. Actually, the money is not only $40. If you're studying for SAT right now, you're going to make more than $100. Let's make the calculation. And then this is in addition. I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to skip this, guys, if you don't mind. Oh, I'll go back. I'm sorry, I forgot the order. Now, think about it. You are going to make $200,000. $200,000 scholarships by working 1,000. Please divide $200,000 divided by 1,000 hours. You're going to make $200 per hour. $200 per hour. And the money is very real. Yes, the job is fake. Okay, I hear that you're saying that. The job is fake because you're not really working, but the money is real. Which means if you work 1 hour a day, every day, if you're a sophomore right now, for the next 2 years, if you work an hour every day, and then maybe double them during the summer months, you are going to get to Syracuse University for free. No, I'm sorry, I don't want to say free because you earned it. You are going to get so much scholarship. Now let's continue. I'm going to exaggerate a little bit here. Now let's check this list. And for so many of us guys, dear parents, we may not be at the top of this list. Okay, this is the lifelong earning of the full-time employments. Now, but our kids, our children, has the opportunity to climb the stairs to make more money. Now, high school graduates make over $1.2 million throughout their lives. If you're working for 40 years, right? They made the calculations, and this was old data. Maybe now people are making a little bit more, but unlike $1.2 million, college graduates are making $2.1 million. It's almost double. Master's degree makes $2.5 million, which is more than bachelor's. And if someone thinks about being a doctor, medical doctor, or a professional degree like being a lawyer, and so the sort of things, or medical doctor is actually a professional degree. Let me fix that. They make $4.4 million throughout their lives. and then they could make even more money, but this is just the average. So why did I explain all of these things? Now, studying SAT has such an impact in people's lives. Right now, by studying SAT, if you are getting full ride scholarships, which is going to be an encouragement for you guys. Now, think about it. You are making $900,000 extra money. Divide that into these 2,000 hours. You are making over $400. I like to exaggerate here, but I have a point. That's why I'm exaggerating. You are really working towards over $400 per hour by studying SAT right now. And when I say study SAT, it's actually studying for your classes as well, because SAT is English and math. If you're studying for SAT, it means you are studying for English, and it means you are studying for mathematics, and you're going to be successful in all of your classes. So these are all interchangeable, like go to Khan Academy, study for English, study for math. You're actually studying for SAT, or study for SAT, you're actually studying for your subject matters. Okay, so I don't want to exaggerate anymore. Lived moneily ever after. I like this joke. I took it from someplace. So now let's go to the Q&A session. Now on YouTube, there is a section right below or at the right of the video that you can put some questions on the chat. If you can, please write your questions, or you can just say hi by saying who you are and what is your grade level. You can indicate the city as well. And then if you have any questions, we can take those questions. The last 5 minutes, and we can take even more than 5 minutes. Even though we promised for 1 hour, we are done right now in terms of our presentation. If anyone is interested, and if you want to ask any questions, please go ahead and ask the questions. So we are waiting if any questions. If not, we're going to end the session. Mr. Kowar, would you like to add anything while we are waiting for any questions, possible questions?
Well, I just want to add something for the SAT score calculations. We shouldn't be forgetting that GPA is also important. And if they maybe see it on your presentation, for the free rides, you should have minimum of 3.5 GPA, which is 85 and higher for our current system. For our current system right now, the percentages. So you should have minimum 85% overall GPA for the free rides.
Yes. Thank you for reminding that. That's a critical point, because with what we are going with the SAT optional, more and more schools are going SAT optional. Right now, the GPA becoming more and more important, GPA and rigor. Now, this week, you're welcome. We are getting a thank you there. You're welcome.
Yep.
This week is a summary. What we had done is we have gone through the first part of our college readiness, which is academics. Next week, Thursday, not next week, this week on Thursday, at the same time, we are going to be talking about extracurricular activities. And there's a bunch of different opportunities, a bunch of different criteria or categories, to be more accurate, that we need to discuss about. So Thursday, please join us again, that we're going to talk about extracurricular activities. So this week, we are going to be talking about the college readiness part, which is from 7th through 11th graders. And then next week, we are going to be talking about more like for upperclassmen. Tuesday, we're going to be talking about the college application process when you become a senior, starting from end of junior year. This is the Tuesday, next Tuesday, the the third session. We will talk about what is the application process, step by step. What's essay, letter of recommendations, how to fill out the common application, how to follow up with all of your applications and the transcripts and everything. And the last session, which is session number 4, is going to be the financial aid. The scholarships, grants, additional scholarships from the third parties. Okay, so that's going to be session number 4. So this was one of the 4 that we are concluding today. So thank you very much. Since we are on the recording, I'm reading the messages, but I don't want to read the names here because we are on the recording right now. Thank you for joining us tonight. And then we are ending the first session out of 4. And see you again on Thursday at 5:30. Mr. Kowar?
Have a great night. Thank you very much for joining us and listening us.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, everybody. Yes. Şu an
Oh be. Nasıldı ya?
abi girip dinleyebilirsin. Hepsi şu anda YouTube'da canlı.
Tamam bakalım inşallah.
YouTube'da canlı hepsi.
Nerede? Senin şeyinin altında mı bunlar?
Abi benim altımda da bunu bir şey yaparız. Direkt bir sonraki videoya atladı da. Bu şey.
Geri gel. Ben geri geldim. Şey yaptı. Üstten
Yok,
şeyden.
diğer videoları otomatik atlamasını istemiyorum Türkçe.
He,
Ama ben ona bakarım biraz sonra.
tamam.
Bu 4 tane videoyu olmazsa senin altında şeye indiririz. İndirebiliyoruz. Şeyde StreamYard'da var öyle bir özellik. Videoları indiriyorsun. İstiyorsak senin serverına koyabiliriz ya da YouTube'da bu 4+2 videoyu şey yapabiliriz.
Dursunlar ya. Yani
Neo,
bir
Neo bir çocuk vardı. Bu SES programındaki SES programı var ya.
Hı.
Oradaki adam bu kızın babası.
Hmm.
Annesiyle kendisi gelmiş. Yani o merhaba dedi.
Aha, gördüm. Altta yazıyor chatte.
Soru gelmedi. Toplam 14'e kadar yükseldik. 14
Onlardan 2 tanesi bizim arkadaşlardı zaten. Biri bizim Rıdvan, biri de Fatih.
tamam bir de ben 3. Kaldı 11.
Bir de ben kendim açtım buradan.
10. Ama önemli
Bir
olan şu
tanesi
an.
bizim counselor'dı.
Öyle mi? O da mı açtı?
Yani o da
O takısı zaten.
o çekemiyor. Hatta bugün bana bir şey yazmış falan. Ya bana niye haber vermediniz bilmem ne. Dedim bu college guidance event. Ya ben de guidance departmanındayım falan filan yaptı. Dedim
O zaman 10 kişi bağlayalım ya. 10 tane bina var. Herkesin guidance'ını mı bağlayacağız? Ama
neyse.
şöyle abi buradaki espri zaten mesela ben geçen bir tane video yüklemiştim. Böyle bir
Aha.
yaptığım videolardan biri. Aradan 3 hafta geçti. 40'a ulaşmış sayı. Tamam mı? Yani insanlar aslında ne kadar çok reklam yaparsak dönüp dönüp izliyorlar.
Hmm.
Ve ben şeyi merak ediyorum. Bunu social medyaya koydular mı yani?
Koymuşlar. Facebook'a koymuşlar. Oradan görmüş zaten. Ondan bana şey yapıyor. Trip attı.
Oo.
Bana
İyi.
trip attı. Ben de dedim ya yapacak bir şey yok. Onların dedim difference'ı şeyi farklı dedim. O ayırma sistemleri farklı. Bizim gibi 9, 10, 11, 12 diye ayırmıyor. Dedim college guidance şey diye ayırıyorlar. Dolayısıyla dedim o yüzden böyle bir şey oldu dedim. Zaten o eventi create etmiş ben sadece dahil oluyorum falan dedim. Artık bir şeyler anlattık ne olur.
Yok,
İnşallah
istiyorsak
fazla şey yapmamışımdır ya. Gidin bir dinleyeyim bakayım.
yok, güzeldi. Güzeldi. Gayet güzeldi.
Bir ara baktım şeyler bitiyor ama 30 dakika falan olmuş dedim tamam. Yani olmuş yani.
Tabii tam hatta 58-59 dakika oldu. Bakayım kaçtı? 59 dakika 18 saniye.
9'da bitirdik evet. Tam iyi bitirdik yani.
Anladım.
QA'yı da aldık şey yaptık. Güzel oldu. Yarınkinin saat 2'deki biri 5'teki değil mi?
Evet, bir 2'de var bir de 5'te var.
Onlara ben istiyorsan ben şey yapabilirim. Ama gerçi StreamYard senin şeyinde.
Yani açtıysan başlatabilirsin ya da benim ya çok
Yok.
sorun değil. Ben buradan yaptım yani. Hatta arada bir iki dakikada kalktım yerimden. Sen fark etmedin.
Gördüm. Sen kendini buradan şey yaptın, kaldırdın ekrandan. Dedim bu kesin gitti bir yerlere. Ama sıkıntı yoktu ya. Dedim hatta bir ara düştün gibi geldi falan. Komple gitti çünkü görüntü.
Onu kendimi şey yaptım. Back Studio'ya çekebiliyorum.
İyi.
Back Studio'ya çekmiştim.
Tamam.
Burada hala mesajları stüdyodan görebiliyorum ama büyük ihtimalle mesajlar şeye gidince kayboluyor.
Yo şeyin altında ben görüyorum şu an. YouTube'un altında kadının yazdıklarını görüyorum.
Görüyor musun hala duruyor mu?
Duruyorlar. Yani bilmiyorum. Yani ben orada olduğum için mi duruyorlar yoksa başka bir şeyden dolayı mı duruyorlar?
Ha, bu şeydir. Ben yeni videoya geçmiştim ya.
Hı. İyi bakalım ya. Tamam. Namaz kılalım.
Allah kabul etsin. Yarın görüşürüz inşallah.
Tamam abi. Yarın görüşürüz. Ben yarın bir şeye hazırlanayım mı? Senior'lar için. Senin
Yani
de...
şöyle beraber girelim. Yarın sabah yine konuşuruz. Bazı slaytları sen anlatırsın abi istiyorsan.
Tamam.
Ya da aralara da girebilirsin.
Aralara da girebilir. Olur.
İkisi de olur yani.
Tamam. Ya senin dersin olduğu için çok fazla şey yapmak istemiyorum.
Ya fark etmez abi ya bunlar yani gerçi mezun olacaksın ama seni görmelerinde de fayda var.
Tabii.
Yarın
Yarın bir gün ileride.
Bu arada stüdyodan şeyi de görebiliyorsun. Şu private live comments'e çevirince Steam Yard'ın içinde kadının yazdıkları bak oraya da gelmiş.
Öyle mi?
Abi şeye gitmene gerek yok yani.
Wow.
Stream yardım üstünde private chat var bizim yazıştığımız. Yan tarafta da live comments var gördün mü? Onları oraya çekmiş.